you hear from my guys who actually want to know, what do you really need to do to have a truck like this? Fourth generation Ram, could be a fifth generation Ram, third generation Ram. What do you really need to start doing to make these trucks become much more reliable? This is what it really takes. If you got one of these trucks, I've been saying it for a very, very long time. All you really got to start doing is these simple things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, that it really doesn't require much, and your Ram will become much more reliable. It's very, very easy, guys. I'm telling you, it's not rocket science at the end of the day. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Happy Sunday. It's the end of the week. Another day to be great. I don't care how you feeling. You got to make the day count every day, man. Tell you guys right now, be honest with you guys. Don't feel like doing anything today, but guess what? I'm doing it. Well, if you guys are here for your first time, you haven't subscribed to the channel already, do me a huge favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Help support the channel, and I would definitely appreciate it. So what are some of the things, right, that you need to start doing if you're not doing it right now, that could make your Ram much more reliable? Your Ram 1500, your Dodge Ram, whatever you want to call it, much more reliable. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, you know, this like Ram, Dodge, whatever, this and that, is a pickup truck that known to have a lot of issue. But hear me out. I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. First thing first, for the guys who hate Ram or Dodge Ram in general, every pickup truck at the end of the day have some kind of issue. So there's no way, if you could find me a perfect pickup truck that has zero issue, then I would have nothing else to say, discuss. But what I could tell you guys is that Ram is definitely one of the top best brand pickup truck that you can buy right now. So now, some of you guys might not know, or some of you guys might know, I bought my 2014 Ram Unes, going on, I'll say 2 years now. At this point, I'll say 2 years. So this truck, what have I really kept? Like, have I experienced any kind of major issue? I'm gonna be honest, yes, I have. But these was issue that was already pretty much known before I bought the truck. And these was things that was supposed to get fixed already. So it's not like I was driving a truck and these issue and stuff pop up. But like I mentioned before, I had to replace a torque converter on this truck. Well, not me. The dealership I bought the truck from, which they were fully aware of this. They got a handle for me and stuff like that. But if you hear from my guys who actually want to know, what do you really need to do to have a truck like this? Fourth generation Ram, could be a fifth generation Ram, third generation Ram. What do you really need to start doing to make these trucks become much more reliable? Well, easy is not rocket science. The first thing I would say that you have to start doing, if you're not doing this already, guys, I keep mentioning to you guys, oil change. You got to stay on top of your oil change as much as possible. I'm telling you, I'm due for oil change right now. I don't know if you got a third or fourth, fifth, whatever Ram you got, but the fourth generation Dodge Ram, you could be able to check your oil lifespan on your truck to know, like, if your oil is getting to that point low and stuff. Like right now, my truck is, it does need an oil change. I'm saying that probably 30%. Normally, I would wait till like 25%. Lowest I ever went was 20%. Wouldn't encourage you to do so, but I think you'll be fine though. But your oil change is something, is like really the simplest thing that you should really, that you can really do. That much, I think a lot of people don't really take that as serious as they really should, because this is why you see a lot of Rams out there, brand new or used, with the Hemi tick at like probably 60,000 plus miles. And the oil, when I mean oil change, like when you get an oil, go with full synthetic. Running full synthetic in these trucks is what really recommended, what you really should be putting in these trucks in general. Yes, you could run regular I know if you go to a shop, whatever, they're gonna tell you you'll be fine, this and that. But trust me, you will, if you run regular on these trucks, in these trucks for a longer time, and don't switch to full synthetic, I guarantee you, later on down the line, you're gonna experience some kind of issue, and that really, the key point of what really gonna cause that issue, which is the famous Hemi tick or lifters issue, is gonna have to, the oil that you put in your truck is gonna be part of that reason why your truck is gonna give you some kind of issue. But all you have to do is just run full synthetic, keep up with your oil change, you'll be fine. Another thing is, don't be one of them guys where it's like, I get it, pickup trucks are, man, like, you know, most people look at them like, you know, trucks are stuff that you, like, pretty much you're supposed to use them to work, you know? You're supposed to beat the hell out of them, this and that, it'll be fine. But honestly, what I could tell you, yes, you could do that with a Ram 1500. You could, you know, push it to the limit, to the limit every now and then. But I wouldn't recommend you doing this like consistently, because as the more like work you put your truck through or do whatever, you know, like flooring it, doing a lot most of the time, that's gonna build up over time to where things gonna start wearing out. You're gonna have to replace parts. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to replace parts on a car in general, but I'm just saying things gonna wear out much more faster than you think. And what I could really recommend is, if you got one of these trucks, just simply just, I'm not gonna say to baby your truck, because I'm not that kind of guy where I don't floor my truck when I'm on 95 or something like that. I most definitely do, but you guys get the point. Like, don't beat the hell out of your truck. You'll be fine. And that's one of the key to really keeping these trucks as reliable as possible. Another thing is, like I mentioned, maintenance. Maintenance could be you checking up every oil change you go, check your little simple thing, ball joints, wheel hub, pretty much your tie rod, like little stuff like that. You just gotta be on top of every oil change, right? I think every 10,000 miles, somewhere around there. Every time you go to a shop, normally a shop should, like, if you're fine with it, I know they would tell you, hey, we got to go through a checklist to make sure everything is fine on your truck, just to keep up with your maintenance and stuff. As long as you are keeping up with your maintenance at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and give you guys a whole book paragraph talking about what you really need to be doing, but it's all rocket science at the end of the day. It's like your car, truck, at the end of the day, you got to think like it's something that gets you to point A to point B, right? Just like your body, when your legs, you wake up in the morning, you know, you got to stand up and walk to get to your kitchen or whatever, this and that. Your legs get you to, you know, whatever room you need to get to in your home, right? You got to think about it, right? Is once a car, like, you got to treat these trucks or a car in general like is a human. Even though it's a machine, it needs oil change. You know, you can't push it to like the limit every day and expect your truck or car to have the best reliability, to not experience any kind of issue and stuff like that. That's just how I look at it with every vehicle I own. I just treat it as if it was me. Like this truck, I don't really like having it dirty and stuff like that. Like I would clean it, probably wash it probably like twice a week. Just little things. The little things, the biggest thing, right? I truly believe with these trucks is just keeping up with your maintenance. Maintenance could, if you got a manual book, I'm pretty sure you have an owner book. You could be able to read your book, and it will tell you every mileage you hit, what needs to be replaced. So you don't have to go on the internet, read whatever you need to read. Your car tell you everything. You know, your car, these cars, like these trucks, they machines at the end of the day. They tell you to communicate when something is bad, spark plugs, whatever, check engine light come on. That's all you really have to do. You don't have to be a mechanic. You don't have to have A+ knowledge on vehicle, on these trucks, to be able to know, like, okay, I need to start doing so much more to be able to have a reliable truck. That's not the case. You don't have to do that. That goes to any truck brand out there. You know, I'm not biased and stuff. I don't hate any other truck brands, but I'm just a big fan of Dodge because I've been having Dodge for a long time. So this is really what it really takes and what you really need to start doing. Believe it or not, I ain't trying to point no fingers, but I've known people in the past where I'm telling you guys, I've seen friends, people like you will be surprised how somebody else treat their vehicle, and then sit back when a vehicle give them problems, and then they sit and think like, oh my God, it's a Ram, it's Dodge, because it's Dodge, but forget the fact that you never did an oil change in I don't know how long, or you never went ahead and go change that one parts that been broken for months on your vehicle, and then now finally everything else, it'll add up a ton of problems, and now you're stuck, and now you're gonna have to spend more money. But it really doesn't require much for these trucks to become reliable. I'm telling you guys, man, I've seen one of these trucks with 200,000 plus miles still running strong. There's a ton of evidence out there on YouTube, on the internet. If you guys, whenever, that's the thing I'll tell you guys, right? Whenever somebody telling me something about a vehicle, it's okay. You can look it up on the internet, search and see. You will see proof. You know, seeing is believing for some people, but for me, being a Ram owner for the last decade or something, I'll say honesty, Ram is definitely a super reliable truck when you really are on top of your maintenance. It's just like a boost pretty much when you're doing the things you need to do to these trucks. It just like, really just like, the truck just kind of like respond like, okay, my owner is really keeping up with my maintenance, doing all of these things, keeping me clean. I'm going to give him a longer lifespan. You know, kind of sound a little bit, you know, like I'm exaggerating, but that's really how I see it. It doesn't really require much, guys. But I'm about to end this video. I'm done yapping on. If you guys are here for your first time, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.